Welcome back, everyone, to another Gaming on the Brain playthrough. Today we've got
an absolute stunner.
Absolute stunning side-scrolling shooter by Cave, as you've just seen on screen there. Progear, released in 2001.
Yeah, this is a beautiful game. It's quite late as well, isn't it? It's quite a late game for it. I thought it was earlier.
It's a stunner, and it's a very technically accomplished game. It's something that shows off CPS2 really well, in my opinion.
This I've found out as well. I mean, not to go into this side of it before we can play, but the European PCB of this is like near one-of-a-kind prices. People are paying like I think they're paying like five figures for it now, and that in some cases. I know it's like crazy expensive. And the more common Japanese or American versions as well is still not cheap. But all Capcom 2D stuff is now. You know what I mean? As you can see, just look at the demonstration. It's got that Metal Slug look on it, and that's what's just like.
It does. It's like polished graphics.
Yeah, it's just pleasing to the eye. This is a timeless game. This for me, along with like P47 Aces and Steel Empire as well, which this game actually has a very similar feel to and theme. Which I love.
It takes some inspiration from Steel Empire, I think. To be fair,
it was a popular type of theme anyway, but it wasn't used enough in shoot 'em up games as I would have liked, and sort of see it in.
I like steampunk.
Yeah,
let's
get away in a game like this. You not to see it. Obviously, you've got a nice selection of different.
What do you want? Are you bothered?
I just went with it. No, I'll try both. I thought there was more than two.
That's
what it is.
Yeah, you pick your bomb after, don't you?
That's right. We'll try the thing.
I'm gonna anyway. What's that?
See, I've played through this, but it's been quite a few years ago now. So I just remember loving it. I remember the bosses not being absolutely mind blowing. I mean, I love the little introductions. It gives them a bit of personality. You get a portrait of the character that you're fighting, and then he comes in something absolutely mental. There's another game that we played not long ago where
Boogie Wings.
Which one?
Might have been Boogie Wings.
That's it. That's the one I was going to say. And is that 2-player as well?
I want to say yes, but
I believe it will be.
Sure.
It's a much earlier game than this, but came out after Steel Empire. But that's got a similar steampunk theme. In fact, it goes into mental territory, doesn't it?
Do you know the reason why I'm not saying yes for definite? I've got a bit of a feeling that it isn't.
It's got unusual mechanics, right? The mechanics of the swing mechanics of the weapon, the secondary weapon.
Well, that's brilliant. The way you
very
can
different,
pick things up off the floor and swing.
I don't know. Was that you introduced me to that or something? Because somebody said, I'm like, hey, what's this? I've never come across this, and it was like I should know about this, and how do I not? But back to Progear, it is also one of the best examples of the bullet hell shooter. Well, not just yet, but it will get that way. I mean, these are not even bosses. Look at them, man. Look at the sprites and look at the background artwork. For 2D, it brings you in amazingly. I mean, I think that's actually an airship as well. Is it? Is that flying? With having propellers on the front. I'm not sure it's implied that that's in the sky as well.
What are you talking about?
The background.
I think
it's an airship.
I think it is.
Yeah, but it's massive.
It's like a floating city.
Yeah. If it's like like the Steel Empire airships, like obviously puts up the shame.
I'm sure I can't be hit here.
Now here's our first boss, Tobiu. But I mean, look at that man. Jesus, Mark, look at that man. Obviously, amazing. Exactly what you expect from a classic Capcom shooter, like the later 1940s games, where you're taking the bosses apart bit by bit, and that, It's very similar to another Steel Empire boss, actually.
I tell you what, I love the mechanic on the cave shooters, where if you hold the button down, you get like rapid fire.
Yeah.
But it slows down your movement.
Yeah.
So you
can move between the bullets and that.
Yeah. I haven't took a hit yet.
I think you've got a core. You've got a core that's how it works. So your actual ship your actual hitbox is quite small.
Yeah.
It's a little bit disconcerting at times, but it's obviously a nice thing because it's forgiven, unlike Mustang last week. Remember we played Mustang, Well, a game I love. I mean, Mustang's a much older game, but that will be getting shown at some point.
It's rude when you've got a mouthful of coffee.
But you definitely picked up on the hitbox issue, didn't you? I mean, which I remember when I had the PCB.
Well, the whole screen's the hitbox.
Yeah. I mean, it gets mental.
Every time a bullet goes near.
I mean, a very, very simple shooter from 1990, so it's worlds apart from what you're seeing here today. It was a nice looking game for the year, though, wasn't it? With cool looking bosses and that stuff,
If you haven't watched the playthrough, I recommend you go and check that one out. So
is it up now? Is it?
I don't think it will be by the time this one goes up.
That's champion,
I think we've got about a few weeks worth of playthroughs in the bank, to be honest.
Yeah.
Which we need, because we've got a couple of weeks coming up where I might miss some. So it always pays to have something in the bank.
In the wank bag.
Oof.
Yeah. No, yeah.
You might. I don't. Not over the games.
Yeah, I could masturbate over this.
Could you?
Probably, aye. Might have already done. Yeah. But anyway, my sex life beside. It's Capcom had a few interesting shooters, not necessarily of the horizontal variety. Is Eco Fighters any good? You know, I've played
Eco Fighters is good, yeah.
Is that? I know it's an older game, isn't it? It's like early mid-90s. Just I can't remember much about it.
I thought it was about similar age to this.
Well, I think the thing's similar, isn't it? It's got that look again. I mean, I don't know if it's made by the same team or.
It's been a while since I played it, but it does look a bit like this from what I remember.
Might have to go on the list.
In terms of like technical accomplishment, I would say it's like similar. You know, like there's a lot of stuff going on in that. But
yeah.
If anything, Eco Fighters might be more like Steel Empire in the sense of like how, you know, like you have time to move about and think about what you're shooting.
It's definitely worth putting it on the list. But I mean, Capcom made a great deal of high quality shooters, mostly vertical. But we'll get the vertical games eventually as well. So we're keeping them sort of separate for the section for now.
But there's no reason why we can't do any now. It's just
well, isn't it the screen, the tape mode though? We want to try and get a way of.
It's easy enough to do. I mean, with the TV that we've got now in here, we're still going to get a decent sized screen and everything. Where before playing on the laptop screen, 15-inch, you're not going to see much, you know.
No, that's it.
So we can do them anytime.
It will come. Well, that's it. There's a lot of great shooters that definitely have more than horizontal shooters. To be fair, like if we're sticking with just arcade, this boss is quite cool. Man, we're fighting a turtle. I mean, it's a fucking turtle.
Nah, it is.
You know what I mean? It's a mechanised turtle. Out when you're not like that. It's not a teenage one, man.
I pick a couple of verticals out, Glenn, and we'll do one next time.
Well, aye. We'll maybe sooner than later, possibly. I'll have a think. Well, there's a game I loved. It's quite short because I owned it. Is Twin Hawk, which is a really nice little shooter. It's quite short as well. It's easily under half an hour, 20 minutes maybe even. But it generally isn't the best of its kind, but it's just different, mainly because it's all about fighting tanks and ships and that. There's no enemy airplanes. It still gets tough though, and the last boss is hard. But it's just a variety of different unusual enemies. I mean, it came out in '89, so it's not an amazing accomplishment compared to like what you're looking at now. But it is Toplan, so. You know, you, by the people who did your Twin Cobra, Flying Shark, Fire Shark, you know, Truxton. We've got as far as Toplan horizontal shooters go as well. One of my actual favourite is. I mean, look at this, Jesus. But my favourite horizontal Toplan shooter is.
Maybe way through all that, we'll get hit.
I know. How are you supposed to?
The hitbox is really.
I knew. I feel of them are. A lot of the cave shooters are. But Toplan did the All Your Base game, as you know. Which is Zero Wing, and it's a fantastic game. It's long though, it's quite a big game. 10 levels, I believe, and all with amazing bosses and a sub boss. Every level's got a mid boss, Mark.
Do you know what it is? I'm not a great fan of like the Toplan shooters. I know that's like in a way.
I mean, the thing is, it's a generational thing though. I think. I mean, Toplan generally before Bats are going anywhere, which was their last game under the Toplan name, were generally not about bullet hell shooters. You know, a bit more tactical. Like you just had to move, you know. Careful use of smart bombs and secondary weapons, because every game had some sort of secondary. Which, going back to Twin Hawk, is why I think it's quite an interesting, unusual game, because it uses like a squadron of planes as opposed to a normal, like a very typical smart bomb, like say Truxton or Twin Cobra would use, you know. And that's got its own mechanics,
right?
You know, a little bit strategy to it, which again for 1989 is quite cool. You know, that you can use it in one of 3 different ways. So. You know, it really stood out to me. It's been a nice little game as well. You know, I owned the game, so all the versions of the game, including the 2 PC Engine versions. You know, and I had some good times with them. Like, I mean, like a lot of Toplan games, and although it was released in 1 and 2 player versions, with the Japanese one being the single player game. I mean, they had alternating play for competitive play, but it was the Western releases that have the Twin Hawk name. You know, Daisenpu's the Japanese version.
Did he just get away there?
Do what?
What enemy did you just get away?
I think it did, you know.
Oh shit! I tell you what we need to play, another horizontal side scroller, Death Smiles.
Oh yeah, I thought that was vertical.
No, that was.
Well, that brings in vertical scrollers like Gowangi and things like that, and all. Fighting demon babies and stuff, eh?
It's horizontal though.
What Death Smiles is?
Death Smiles is.
Again, Gowangi's like, yeah. I think is that demons as well though.
Well, you start off fighting big ogres and stuff.
So I knew it was familiar to us.
I've completed it. In, I don't remember masses about it other than it being very impressive.
This is a game for you, but sadly not one for the multiplayer because it's one play only. But this is where the demon shooter hell came from, I think, and that's like Gynook. Do you remember Gynook? I mean, the bosses in that, like, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's like 1990 or something, you know, and like I said, sadly it's only a single player game, so on the Mega Drive as well, but I believe it's probably been re-released or remade. It was actually linked to the Chuoniki series, would you believe?
I don't know
with the homosexual men. That's what they are, you know.
Right.
It's like wrestlers and that, yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I do.
It's well known. I mean, the series it mostly has shooters, like vertical, horizontal shooters.
Yeah.
But there's a few other games, like a fighting game and that as well. It's an unusual series, like one for the collectors as well. But it got a little bit of controversy back in the 90s just because people were a little bit less accepting of things. And it is weird. It is weird. I mean, no one could say it's not weird. Whether you know, whether you're a bit that way or not, you know, it's just. It's just like anybody would look at that and go, this is just bizarre. But that's what makes it so interesting. Like I thought, you know, a bit like Taito's fighting beat 'em up game.
Yeah.
Pulley ruler, yeah.
Pulley ruler.
So you look at things and your mind's going, what the fuck, you know? What am I looking at? Like so.
Pulley ruler or something, isn't it?
It's actually not that good. That game, it's not that great. It's just weird. So
no, but it's a curiosity that needs to be played.
Definitely one. Yeah, it's on the list, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
So I know we've diverged from
couple of vertical shooters on the list. Eye of Volo. I can't remember the name of the other one, but they both follow on from each other. They're both related, but they're like a cartoon shooter.
Well, Gunbird, which I know is.
Well.
There's stuff like other Sikios and shooters. I really want to get the Strikers games underway because they're really short and all.
Yeah.
You could probably do them all in one video. Literally do like all three if you wanted to do the full trilogy.
Are they in Tate mode, are they?
Yes,
I think we should do
the true Tate. Apart from Strikers
Neo
Plus
Geo.
for the Neo Geo, which is actually, if I believe it right, it's mostly Strikers 2, Strikers 1945 2, with a bit of Strikers 1 thrown in, like the bosses and the planes, I believe.
I've played through them all at one point.
Oh, the class.
It's like aliens and that, isn't it?
Well, what it is you're fighting like an army that initially looked like just World War. Well, because the first two games are like sort of World War II themed. So you're fighting like battleships and World War II style aircraft and ships and that, planes, tanks, and then every single boss and some of the like basic enemies as well turns out to be some sort of alien mecha.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I mean, the first, like one of the earliest bosses was like a normal World War II bomber. So you think you're playing 1942, and then it mutates, and it changes on it. It's like it turns into some amazing. This all happens in real time, you know. So it looked pretty impressive, like 1995, you know. But it would have been very impressive at the time. And obviously I'm easy pleased anyway. So I bought them for a while as well. But it was an expensive endeavour, like.
Aye, yeah, I remember you having them.
Yeah, I remember.
You had the Neo Geo one.
My jaw dropped when I paid for that, and that was £350, and like.
Was it not a bootleg, or was that something else?
Well, at the time, bear in mind, this is about 20 years ago when I bought it, and I bought it from Raven Games London, which was well known at the time. I don't think it exists now. But he explained to me at the time like it wasn't official, and I didn't really know what that meant. But in later years, as I began to take more interest in like the history and community of the Neo Geo, I realised that it just simply meant that it was like a homebrew, you know. I mean, it was exactly that. So probably shouldn't have paid £350 at the time. It's probably worth that now though. Because there's no such thing at the time anyway of an official release or for home. It was MVS arcade system only. I mean, what the fuck is this? What is this?
It's a tripod with no legs. It's got the head of a tripod off War of the Worlds, kind of.
I mean, this is clearly the boss. Obviously, you know, you had your.
It's a no pod. Oh shit! He got us. Right, bombs.
See, but this is the kind of creations that you're fighting Progear, you know. Yeah. I mean, somebody had to sit down and actually think of this, you know. It's amazing.
It's like it just started with a pencil and just kept drawing, didn't it?
He closed his eyes.
It's like, there's something that looks like it's a bad guy. Let's use that.
Well, we've just fought a sea turtle, mate, so.
Well, exactly, aye. He probably had like a nice artistic picture on his wall of a turtle in the ocean, and he's thought, I can turn that into a bad guy. And obviously never seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, otherwise he wouldn't have even attempted that.
It takes some going down though, mind, doesn't it?
They do, but see, you tend to be able to. Oh, I was about to say you tend to be able to avoid most of the shots and that, but I just died as I said it. So yeah, ignore that. I've just realised if you hold your bomb button down, it keeps going, doesn't it, until it hits them?
I don't think I've got me.
There you go.
Still not DJ, mate. Fucking hell, honestly. Oh my god. It's turned into a casino or something. It's turned into part of the Empire State Building. Don't bomb it.
Oh, he's dead. Don't steal my jewels.
I don't want your jewels. You can fucking shove them up your arse.
Is that what we're doing here? Are we the bad guys stealing people's jewels?
Do you know what it is? I want that. We had a sort of moment like that in what was that game where you were submarine again?
In the Hunt.
In the Hunt, aye. Like where we didn't know, like we're fighting each other. It was weird. It was like, we've gone from like the whole game, brothers in arms and that. We've killed what we thought was the final boss, and then we were the final boss of each other.
I know.
I thought that was the best part of the game, wasn't it?
It was fun.
You know why? Because I won.
Yeah. I slipped.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
I slipped and give you a tactical advantage.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah, trigger finger was sore.
Yeah, but my left hand still not. Hey, my left hand still hurts, you know, a bit. Yeah. Still not right. Still not bang on, is. I still get slight pins and needles.
It's because you're using your wrist too much. It's because you're using your wrist too much. I'm not
my left one. What. Left one's useless. Can't do now it. Oh, coins.
I didn't realise you get to pick your fighter.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the 2 planes, a pilot, I think, and then the choice of a bomb as well.
No, well, it was gunner, wasn't it?
That's right, aye, gunner, yeah. Which technically is a bomb, though. Say your secondary, whatever you want to call it.
I'm not sure because the gunner had like a 3-way shot, and that's kind of what I've got. Oh no, I picked the forward shot.
Tell you one thing, I love the tank designs and that.
I think the gunner is when you hold the button down. That's when you use the gunner because your shots go straight on.
When I hold the button down, it's
changes.
Oh, this is the boss. This is not the boss. This is not even the boss, mate.
But it looks almost as good as the end of level 1 boss of Blazing Star, and it's just a middle boss, isn't it?
Oh, it was a cool game, wasn't it?
Alright, Polestar.
A lot going on, a lot going on.
Well, by the time this is live on the channel, the Polestar video will be up there as well.
You've done that, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've done that one.
Well, I did unfortunately have to cheat though, but I will have made that obvious in the video.
Well, we don't pretend to be good players, by the way, so if you want to criticise, please criticise.
So much harder
we'll love it
when you have to talk through it though.
Yeah, well that's our excuse anyway. But some of the games we've never played for years, some of the games we've never played. It's just that, I say that's what I love doing these long plays because I'm playing games. I mean, I played this game. I love it. You know, not a lot, but I love it. But I'm playing games that I've never played at all in some cases. I've never even seen. I mean, we've got some weird beat 'em ups on the way. Anyone heard of Mug Smashers?
I know.
I thought it was Combo Tribes 2 for a while. You know, it was using another sound effect. I think it's an Italian-made bootleg, but it's just mental. Like
that rings a bell. I think it is Italian. It's definitely. Pardon me.
Well, they've done some weird stuff for the arcades where it's probably not legal, like where they've either used people like music or sprites redrawn. The Koreans are good at that.
Yeah.
This is not the final boss, is it?
I think it is. You know.
Okay, because I thought that's him. It is.
Is it, Mr.?
It's not a very long game. I thought there was 6 levels. Like, I wonder if there still is. I think there's something else after this.
I'm sure this is the final boss.
I believe it is, mate. Because I remember him. I remember being like a lion man.
A lion man?
I was like Lionel. Well, he is. He's called Leonard or Leonid.
Where is he? I don't even see him.
I
don't even see him.
No, you didn't know. He had a portrait, didn't he? He had his portrait for the fight. I look like Lionel out of Thundercats. Please press like if you enjoy Thundercats.
That's
I'm only 45. I watch Thundercats for life.
Everybody will hit the like button.
Please subscribe.
Did you ever watch any of the new Thundercats cartoons?
No, I don't know. How new is it?
They were weird.
No, well, I don't want to be. I didn't want to be subject to that type of.
They were just
broken,
weird. They were totally weird.
Yeah, man. I remember when they did a new He-Man and they messed that up, like, and I'm like, nah, it's not for me. Like,
well, Lionel was thick as hell in it. It's like he was like dumb.
I take it Cheetah was our boss and that, was ya?
Aye, if I remember that.
Thing is, it's like, last thing I want to do is get political, but, you know, can we not just be all equal? Like, when it comes to that, like, you know, just, it's like all the time now with everything, every form of entertainment. It's like, you know, there's a time when it just becomes boring. It was like Stunning and Brave, like maybe 10 years ago, but starting to get a bit just boring, you know, it's not interesting.
Let's step away from the,
I tend to zone out.
Politically correctness and stuff. But no, I couldn't gel with it. I mean, I used to love the old cartoon. The new one was just really weird. I mean, it was funny in some ways.
This is how you can't help but say it though. I want simplicity in my entertainment. It doesn't have to get too deep. Not too deep. I mean, I don't mind the film having a deep theme. You know, I mean, depending on what it's about. You know, but I don't like it when any film just like has to force stuff into it now or show. I mean, you could say about the old He-Man cartoons and well, there's a few different series where they always had like a message at the end. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like, don't try this at home, kids, or don't take drugs and stuff. You know, and it was like, I mean, it was direct and on the nose, but it was just like, it wasn't political or anything. It just was a bit of like parent advice. You know, like what you'd expect. You know, obviously these
tell you at the beginning, not the end.
Well, I mean, these comic. Well, also it went a long way to showing that deep down nobody was really enemies. You know, because you always got that Skeletor, He-Man, they're friends in real life. You know, and they didn't. They don't really hate each other or fight, you know, and they're just actors in a play, just like in a film, you know. So it brings people out a little bit at the end, so I didn't mind so much. So I did miss them because they were part of the charm.
But it's down. I do not fear death.
Wow. I do not fear death. Wow. But I think we didn't put that on the wall. Oh, get it on there.
And do not steal my jewels.
Steal my jewels.
The court, the giant.
Well, I think that's class. It was a nice length, that, and you know. I thought the levels are quite long in themselves. There's only 5.
25 minutes, maybe.
That's bang on,
the cameras. Yeah, it will have been about 25 minutes.
That's perfect. That's about what you want. Do you know what it is? 1943 is a great game, right? But I find it too long. I know I've just jumped from this to 1943, but I always think of 1943.
5 minutes ago.
Sorry?
We were talking about Thundercats.
I know, Thundercats in 1943, they go together like ham and eggs, mate.
Peas in a pod.
2 peas in a pod. But 1943, I find it overly long. 1942,
yeah,
they're like long, and because, especially with 1942, I mean, 1984 was it when it came? You can't really twist.
1942, I love to fire it up for a points run to see how much score I can get for the.
But it does have a level. In fact, the C64 version probably had the best idea. They trimmed it to about 24 levels.
Yeah,
they trimmed it a bit. That's like, well, I don't know if it was deliberate or what, but mind you, I remember the C64 version. Impossible. It's impossible. Aye. And then they made 1943 far too easy.
Didn't they make it have a really nice tune though? Run through
it's class.
So
I've got to download it.
So you just want to play it for the music?
Well, there's 2 versions, you know. All done by a guy called Mark Cooksey. There's 2 versions of the tune, and there's one based on the 633 Squadron theme, classic film.
Right.
Don't know why it's got 633 Squadron in a film about Midway and that, but there it is. And then they've got another one, which is the one you're talking about, where it's its own thing and it's like class to get like really epic. Would C64, the music on the C64 anyway was class like.
Was that it?
Still a great little machine, not to bang on that,
game over. Who's got the highest score? None of us. We were both terrible.
We didn't find out.
And on that disappointing note, thanks everyone
for watching. We did complete it though. We did complete it.
We did, yeah. We didn't get screwed this time.
No.
Take care everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye now. Bye.